Okay, so today I was in Psalms chapter 4 through 6, and just a mixture of the three chapters. It talked about praying every morning, praying every evening, to search your heart for any wrongdoings, and just trembling at his name and being in awe of who God is. And just really spending that time in prayer of worshiping our Heavenly Father. And then something that it said that I never really thought about this before, but that our prayers, when we go to God with our prayers, it's like laying them at the altar, like a sacrifice. You know, when they took animals and stuff to the altar, they were sacrificing them, and our prayers are a sacrifice to our Heavenly Father. And he's the all-consuming fire, so he will come down and fire will fall upon it and consume the prayers at the altar. And so that's a picture of the consuming fire will fall upon our hearts. And I just never really thought about that before, of, our lives are a sacrifice. Our prayers are an altar to sacrifice our lives to our Heavenly Father, and the fire will fall upon our heart. When you just get that burning inside for the Lord, and especially when He guides and directs us, and our prayers are answered. And sometimes our prayers are answered in different ways. They might not be answered exactly like we thought they were going to be answered, but God's way is always far better than anything we could ever think or imagine. And when we can have that awe of who God is and tremble at His name and know He's our protector, He's our shield, He guides us, He directs our steps, and that we can trust Him, that is just such an important place to get to in our walk with the Lord. Because if you can't trust Him, you won't follow Him. And then we should cry out to God, and He will hear us and He will answer us. Just might not be like we want, but He will hear us and He will answer our prayers. And so I just want to encourage you to consider praying every morning, every evening. Paul says to pray without ceasing. And I never got what that meant until the last few years, probably in the last couple of years, of where, I just talk to God throughout the day. I'll pray, but then other times I just am in conversation with God. I'm riding down the road or at home, whatever, and I'll just be in conversation. If something comes up, I'll go to God about that. And then there are other times I just go into deep prayer or go into the secret place, which is the most precious of places to go. So if you've never done that, then I would highly recommend that. So anyway, this was Psalms chapter 4 through 6.